definitely it is helping very well in our children. I can see the difference in them, and then the values installed in them, no, like discipline, punctuality, truthfulness, honesty. It is really amazing. I can see the difference. When we were small, we never had such opportunity. So it is really great to, and I can see the difference in them very well. How it is installed in them, it is really amazing. And it is like a whole package. It really helps them in their holistic development. Value education is really very important these days. We can see many successful people, but we do not know in what way they have become successful, whether they have chosen the right path or wrong path. So I think somewhere this values education is lacking in most of the people.
Well, I feel that values are very important in the present day context. With the child coming to school, the onus lies on the school to help him be a good citizen, mold him in such a way that he is able to interact, be a part of the society and become a responsible citizen. When we put the parts together to create a beautiful whole, values play a very important role, and that is when the school, the teachers, the parents come in, because the onus lies on all of us together to inculcate these values, and we have to show the path to the child, to each and every child, how to achieve that. When we say a child needs to be a good citizen, when we say he has to be a good individual, how do we facilitate that? How do we enable this, the child to learn that? It is through the values, to make him conscious, to make him aware, and to let him, enable him to apply all those learnings, all those teachings in his day-to-day life. And if it is done in the true sense, in the right way, it is really very meaningful, and I really feel that values education, that is very important. The curriculum which has been planned and which is being implemented, it is done in a very organized manner. There are lesson plans, there are certain PPTs that are prepared. We even have certain booklets which are based on the Gita, shlokas and bhajans. So these are given to the students, and students are encouraged to learn all those shlokas, which really help them. So in a session, over a period of time, they become aware and they are sensitive to the needs, to the way they have to react, to the way they have to behave with others. They learn to keep a check on themselves when we speak about discipline, or we speak about obedience, respecting others, respecting elders, helping each other, and having a feeling of gratitude. So we are trying to make the students aware and make it a part of their life, irrespective whether they are in school or they are out interacting with others. It becomes a part of their everyday life, and that makes it very meaningful, and that is why we have it, and we continue having all these classes wherein we have the instructors guiding the students on a regular basis. Especially I have observed that students, like somewhere the seed has been sown and they are aware of the different things. Like if I speak in terms of determination, wherein a child feels, okay, one more try, where I can improve and improve on my performance. Similarly, if a child is absent, if somebody's friend is absent, he or she would pitch in and help the other student, calling up the student and asking him, you know, what exactly you want, the notes or the way they help each other. Somewhere it is really helping the students. In fact, one of the classes I was there, and they told me that they should be thankful to God. They should have that feeling of gratitude, and I was quite happy. Something like this coming from a 4th standard child, when he says that whatever we have, we come to the school, we are able to spend time learning new things, being there with our friends. For all these little things, let us be grateful to God. So I think these are really helping in this sense, that the children are trying to improve and trying to implement whatever is being taken up. You ask them and they tell them the stories are the best that they really enjoy. And also the values. So I ask them, okay, you heard that story, but what did you learn from that particular story? And it comes out like it was about being grateful, about honesty, about determination. So I think in certain sense it is really helping the students.
See, I believe education shapes a man, but values shaped his soul. So, in olden days, we had a big, huge family where we had a child whose all needs were met, whether it was a social needs or emotional needs or a spiritual needs. Now, with the decrease in size in families, we see the children are left lost. They don't have anyone to fall back on. So, values is something that is taken a severe beating now. More so, therefore, values is required now as compared to what it was in older time. We not only cater to them with reference to the basic values needed for them to become a complete good human being, we also look at satiating or satisfying their urge to question. Nowadays, it's more of questioning, and more when question comes up, we also need to have satisfactory answers, whereby a child feels that the curiosity is satisfied as well as he gets to learn or appreciate why he needs to know those values. We have the shloka chanting, which makes them connected to their main language, Sanskrit, the Dev Bhasha as they call that. We have the ever Bible of us called Bhagavad Gita, where man needs to follow even one saying of Bhagavad Gita in his entire life will definitely change his life. So children of today get lost when it comes to scriptures. They are inundated with a lot of information across Google. But if there is some guiding force or a guiding hand that help them in their own way, it's wonderful for them to follow them. I've seen some children who have got certain behavioral issues. Sometimes they may not open up to their parents at home. There are certain things they would like to share across. Nowadays, children are brought up on a very competitive age. They are supposed, or they are somewhere told that they can win at any cost. But when they learn, no, they have to be fair, they have to be just. Somewhere they are let go of their ego and they are made to realize that winning is not everything. And winning by fair means is everything. So these kind of values get inculcated, which I feel parent may or may not be in a position to do it. So somewhere there is a parental role also involved there in molding them in their character. We need to find out ways to make shlokas interesting for them, because there is a general prevalent feeling that Sanskrit is an outdated language. On the other hand, if I look at it, Sanskrit is more in language, because you still have Microsoft going for binary with Sanskrit as their base. No other language is as compatible to the computer as compared to Sanskrit. So somewhere I think we need to work on that to keep them feel that pride of belonging to a nation where Sanskrit has been spoken once upon a time by farmers as a colloquial language. So we were at that time, now we are now degraded to this level. So if we can work on something which can make them feel, appreciate Sanskrit, it would be wonderful. One example I saw the other day was about Hanuman Chalisa. It gives you the exact distance between the sun and the earth. Long ago they have calculated and put it in a shloka. So we need to tell them that shloka is nothing but a condensed form of all the scientific facts there. It's up to them to dig out, appreciate and understand that.